Nature of ego and the purpose of your life. Normally, a person thinks themselves as a body having a mind. Ego is manifested as the possessions of the body. These possessions can be at the physical and mental levels. The physical possessions are attributed to the bodily relations like spouse, children, friends, parents, owning houses, among others. Personality, power, and acquisition of information about the world exist in the mind. A person is built around the ego. A living being generally lives to enhance their egos in some way or the other. This is generally considered as the goal of life. It is a mistaken belief that you are a person. In reality, you are a non-physical spirit. You identify yourself as a body due to ignorance. Is there any logic to explain this? The answer is yes. The theory of perception can prove that you are not a body having a mind. An eye can see objects when the objects are different from the eye. An eye can see other objects except itself. Similarly, the very fact that you can perceive your hands implies that you are not your hands. The argument can be extended to include your whole body. That means you are not your body. A possible answer can be that the mind sees all these things. To clarify this idea, we consider the nature of mind. What is mind? It is simply a series of thoughts. Thoughts come and go in discrete units. They appear continuous. Like the discrete motion pictures in quick succession appear to be continuous on a screen. What is a thought? It is a picture in a mental screen. A thought can't happen without a corresponding picture. You can perceive the mental picture. So the perceiver is different from the thought. It is the spirit beyond the physical dimension. It is your real I. So you are not your thoughts. Your body and mind complex is made up of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air and ether. But your real nature is consciousness. It is not touched by the mind. Like ether is not touched by the other elements. Like the sky is not touched by the smoke. Your spirit nature is ever the same. It can't be affected by the fluctuations of the mind. All your problems in life are at the level of your body and mind but not in your real nature. This awareness makes your life a joyous journey. This is true for all other human beings. The goal of life is not to enhance your ego but to be disentangled from it. You have to identify yourself with the invisible and logically consistent spirit, your true self. You are not a person with a set of memories and expectations, and cravings and aversions. The past and the future belongs to your mind, but you are pure witness of your changing thoughts. Like you can witness a storm outside without getting affected, you can't be agitated by the states of your emotions, good or bad. You remain the same under all the ups and downs of life. Another example is generally given to support that you are not your mind and body. In dream state, you enjoy or suffer with another dream body. That time the experiences appear very much real. They are simply the projections of your mind. In deep sleep, your mind is absent along with your body. But when you wake up, you had the awareness that you slept well and it was very peaceful. Who was aware? It was the spirit. That blank state was not an absence of experience but experience of absence. That was pure awareness. It pervades all the 3 states of waking, dreaming and deep sleep. That state is the 4th state of consciousness. Affirmations. You are not your body or mind. You are transcendent spirit. Mentally ask the question, who am I, as much as possible. You will abide in pure awareness. Practice. Be aware that a higher intelligence is doing all your work. Like an invisible power makes your digestion, blood circulation and heartbeat, a mysterious intelligence is responsible for your thoughts, speeches, and actions. As a spirit, you are always the silent watcher of actions. The nature of your higher self. Since the spirit is the perceiver of all the experiences, it can't be adequately defined by the mind. The mind is the known realm. It works on the dualistic principles of good and evil, right and wrong, pleasure and pain, past and future, higher and lower and so on. But the spirit is undefined by words and symbols. But it can be experienced by silencing the mental activities. This can happen during deep meditation. In the waking period, it can also happen by strong detachment to action. What are the experiencing characteristics of the spirit? They are experience of infinite, all-embracing love, intense joy, peace, and intuitive knowledge of reality. Think of an analogy of an ocean. Of course, no analogy is perfect. The waves rise and fall incessantly. A wave is finite, but it can feel the infinite ocean at the point of contact with the ocean. Like the waves in an ocean, it is the nature of the mind to move outward. But it can feel the infinite spirit when the thought waves are silenced by meditation. All the waves are connected via the ocean. They are in oneness when observed from the standpoint of the ocean. Similarly, the infinite spirit is the substratum of all the creations. When you identify with the infinite spirit, you experience your oneness with all that is. Hence the all-embracing love to all creatures is the natural outcome. As if they are part of you. Remember that at the state of realization, you are not a finite body-mind complex with limitations. The spirit realm is eternal, forever exiting. It neither comes nor goes. When the universe undergoes dissolution, it remains as it is. It is the greatest mystery of all the mysteries. The nature of the spirit is intense joy, which is thousands of times deeper than any sensory and mental pleasures. That is why a saint loses interest in all worldly matters. The worldly joy appears like a drop in comparison to the oceanic joy of the spirit. Its peace passes all understanding. It is stillness. No peace can be found within the mind because its nature is movement. In the spirit state, pure intuition knows all that is to be known about the mysteries of life. Sensory knowledge of science and technology, and mental creations of mathematics, art, poetry and philosophy can't provide the wisdom of the spirit, the source of all life. The senses and the mind are inadequate apparatus to investigate the deep mysteries of life. The pure intuition associated with the spirit has all the answers to everything. That is why abiding in spirit or self-abidance is the highest knowledge that a human can aspire for. The aspirant becomes a divine person and loses all individuality of finiteness. Affirmation. You are intrinsically divine. You have forgotten your true nature. The joy and knowledge associated with your senses and the mind are very small indeed. Don't hanker after them. Practice. Think of boundless joy associated with spirit. Stay away from sensory pleasures. Like you have to shun poison. Love other creatures including your enemies as part of yourself. Lose yourself in the infinite self.